We are just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Well, this defense for the Giants much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. First carry here for Kananga Wangu. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st down, they'll run with Wangu. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Browns defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here's 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Ward. Oh, he had him He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. DeAndre Carter back deep. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan there on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Back to throw. Sanders. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Looking to throw. Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allowed a conversion. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Right back to Njoku. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. This is intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You look at this Browns defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Another run now for Nwangu. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On the give is Nwangu. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. No score after one on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and it looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's caught left side by Judy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. Well, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Ward operating from the gun. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for the Giants. 45 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll go right back to the Nwangu. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He has Hyatt over the middle. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Nwangu. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. He connects with Hyatt. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Nwangu. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to move back in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10 to 7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 14 to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range. The throw's going to be caught. Amari Cooper. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Gano for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And got his man, complete. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 45 yards. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Moore. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Looking to throw. Moore. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sanders over the middle, complete to Judy. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Looking to throw. Sanders. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Oh, that one well designed as they'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Sanders. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They got 29 yards that time. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will tie us at 24. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
2nd and 11. Here's a diving catch right side. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Ward looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Looking to throw. Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Sanders throwing to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Second down and a yard. Up the middle they go. Sampson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. He can't get him down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Back to throw. Sanders. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Up the middle they go. Sampson looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags. So let's sort this out. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Hopkins with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Looking to throw. Moore. He'll get this to Nwangu. Bust through the tackle, and they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the fourth down was the moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
2nd and 3. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. Scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have the Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. This is 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Ward. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here comes second down. Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. His throw, a good one, and it's caught. And he's going to get some of that yardage back. Still doesn't have a first down, but he does get out of bounds to stop the clock. The dog pound barking as loud as they can here. Third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20. One final shot. They'll look to throw. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contact.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Browns, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.